Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the
Sadly Relatable podcast.
We back, baby!
Yay, yay!
Oh my god!
Wait, when was the last time we done that?
Listen, it's been like 2 months.
I swear it's been longer than 2 months.
No, but I'm so excited to be back.
Hey guys. Hey, I feel like I'm really low.
I'll turn you up.
Do you think I'm low? Sorry.
What?
No, I mean my mood.
Oh.
No, I'm joking.
I was like, we're just jumping straight into it.
Hello guys.
Oh, Nisrin. I feel like, do you know what's kind of sad? Because we haven't been filming, I haven't been seeing you as much.
Yeah, and in my head I've been like, wow, he got married and it's been snake.
Shut up, I got married like 2 weeks ago. It's been a whole 2 months.
No. How long? When did you get married?
It's been about 3 weeks.
Oh, AYOUB got married. I'm sure a lot of you know already.
I'm married, guys. Hi.
Oh my God. It's so weird to think that you're married. Allahumma barak, mashallah, tabarakallah. Allah protect you from evil. I mean, and everyone else in here that says Amin.
Amin. But before we jump straight into that, I do want to say, like, to anyone that's come back, thank you. Because that's one thing I was really nervous about. Is like, do they care anymore? They're going to want to watch us?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I have got a few messages of people like, we missed the podcast. But I'm like, do they really miss us?
Oh, inshallah, I hope so. And I'm sorry that we been away for so long. Obviously, you guys understand the situation. There's been like multiple things, but alhamdulillah,
we just took a break
Yeah.
for our own
Good.
sanity.
Yeah. And
but we're back and ready to
kick off. It's so funny because it was like the start of the year and we got the studio. But you know what? I would rather it happen at the start of this new journey that we're taking because we've got a lot of plans than like mid-journey. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. That's why I didn't want to rush into coming back.
Yeah.
Like I could have easily come back like a month ago.
Yeah.
Or even
wow.
No, as in I could have done that, but then in my head I knew that 2 weeks later I'd be like, I can't.
Yeah,
do you get it? So I wanted to make sure that I came back when I was ready to give them lot everything and just actually have like interesting episodes and like planned segments and things like that.
All that stuff. I think that's the reason why I didn't like pressure you as much because I knew it was needed.
Yeah.
You know, before I'd be like, oh, Nishan, come on. I was literally like, I just need to wait until she's there.
Yeah,
and when I feel it a little bit, that's when I'll mention it and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, as soon as I mentioned it a little bit, then
I was on it.
he was...
You got to imagine, I was so lost, Nishan. This is like the main thing that I do. Every week, I film, it's like setting my routine. I film, then I edit, and then I do this, and then I'm working on releasing it on Sundays, and I do the thumbnail and all this stuff. Went from that to nothing. Yeah,
but then you got to focus on your wife.
Yeah, to be honest.
That's happened at a perfect time.
Yeah, it wasn't even like planned, by the way. We didn't take a break because I was getting married. It took a break, and then I ended up, happened. So it was perfect timing. I'm so happy to be back. Wallah, like I prayed in my door that they would come, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, no, that's cute. I remember I told you, okay, AYOUB, I'm ready to film now. But it was when I was like, high on my medication, like dopamine hit.
Yeah, like let's film right now.
Yeah, I was like, I'm ready. Right, that's it. I'm ready to come back now. And then,
Do you know what's funny as well? Like a few days before, I've been trying to stay away from talking to Nishan just in case she drops me the, I don't know, maybe we should film another day. And like I called her just to like confirm, and then I felt like you were about to bring it up, and I was like, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you. Just hung up the phone.
I know. So he hung up the phone, and then your wife called me back and she was like, you called me back, but then I called you back because I missed it.
Yeah.
And then your wife answered and she was like, he felt like he was a bit rude.
Yeah, because I did it as a joke and I was like, oh, that's kind of, she might have thought I was rude.
No, I didn't. But yeah. No.
And one more thing to mention, from the last episode, we were doing an iPad giveaway. I just wanted to remind everyone that is still going to happen.
We'll pick the winners in the next episode.
Yeah, inshallah. So
inshallah.
Winners, it's only one.
Winner. Oh.
Okay, do you want to do two? Do you want to do two?
Boy, I ain't worked in 3 months. You better relax.
Some time. Yeah, let's take some time.
You better relax your ass. Let me get back into it.
But yeah, anyway, how have you been?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, good. It's so weird how life is so different.
I know. From the last time we filmed, I feel like my mentality has changed a lot as well. I'm really sad though.
Why?
Because I was going to, and literally this was like a plan 2 weeks ago. When I told you we're going to film, I've been like heavy on, I'm wearing hijab. Like, but when I come back, I'm like, I'm not coming back without hijab.
Yeah.
And even our first episode, I really just wanted to wear it and surprise you.
Yeah.
But
that would have been so nice.
now it's here.
Oh, imagine I'm not putting it on for you guys. How would that be? Take your last look. Astaghfirullah.
No, but I am really sad and a bit disappointed in myself because I wanted to just do it.
But the thing is, I know you, when you set like a date to do it, you're either going to push this back, film an episode, oh, no, just wait, wait, and then we'll just go on this roll of like not ever doing it.
But the only thing that's stressful is when I do become a hijabi, how are we going to like cover myself?
So I think we just blur your side of the screen.
Yeah.
So luckily we didn't start doing cuts or anything.
Yeah.
On multiple cameras, otherwise that would have been a headache.
We'll start doing that after I'm a hijabi.
Yeah. We'll start doing like the multiple camera thing. But for now, we'll stay like this.
It's so annoying, because literally the other day, you don't understand, like having BPD, bloody hell, it's
She's
been
back
2
already.
minutes.
Nothing's changed. 2 minutes. Anyway, being someone who deals with this,
Oh
this, and
my
this.
God, I'm sorry, wallah. My thing this year was to not complain like either. But I mean, like having BPD is stressful, because I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, that's it. I'm wearing it from tomorrow. I was so AYOUB, I was 100,000,000% sure on it.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I was like, maybe I shouldn't listen to her.
No, but inshallah, it'll come.
I just feel like
the fact that you're there and you're close, and inshallah, Allah will guide you towards that.
Yeah, guys, please make dua for me.
But yeah, guys, on the other hand.
So, now let's speak about you.
Yeah.
Enough of BPD. You got married.
I know, I think it's crazy for me and also everyone, because
Watching, yeah.
they've seen this whole journey of me talking about this.
Did you lose some followers?
Yes. Which I'm happy about, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I would rather have followers that are there for my content.
100%.
Like, if their intention was, oh, he's single, then I don't care.
The fact that you lost followers after you got married really made me think that people are creeps.
No, but I think there's two sides to it.
Oh, the people doing
There's
it
people
out of
that actually respect. People will think, oh, I was following him, but now I know he's married, out of respect for his wife, and that I don't want to view his content, which is kind of nice at the same time.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Is it? Yeah, I feel like it is.
But that's like saying like, oh, I'm not going to watch TV because he's married, or like, oh, I'm not going to go to the movie.
No, but I don't know. It's not like I'm producing the most amazing content. It's just pictures of myself.
Yeah,
You know what
I
mean?
guess so. Like for the people that, I'm sure there is people that had that intention, but I'm pretty, I don't know. Allah alam, only God knows. But I find it really strange that people unfollowed you when you got married, because that tells me that the people that unfollowed you thought in their head like, oh, I had a chance.
Don't say chance.
Not chance.
Chance sounds like, yeah, well, I'm too good for them.
No,
But
not a chance.
in their head, they thought there's a possibility of us talking at some point.
Yeah,
or something
no,
like
I don't
that.
mean have a chance like you're something special.
Hey.
You are special.
No, I'm joking. I know
you know what I
mean.
mean? I mean, in their head, they must have thought like, oh, like I'm gonna
Chat to him eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is strange, because when
Well, it's not
I got
strange,
married,
'cause
I
some people
gained
do that.
followers.
Were they females or males?
I don't know. I didn't check. Females, I guess.
Yeah, it's because some people are interested in like seeing couples online and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and giving me evil eyes.
That's why they unfollowed me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why they unfollowed me, because they knew they weren't getting that. All they were getting was a picture of a hand.
So let's discuss your situation.
Yeah.
And your setup. So I'm a bit upset with you. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Because not gonna lie, I'm upset.
God, tell us.
Because you didn't tell me till 2 weeks before you were getting married.
Yeah.
And no, that's really, I haven't told you this.
Can I tell you something?
Upset me.
Can I tell you something? I didn't know I was getting married until a week before I told you.
Oh.
And then I had processed the whole thing and then told you.
Oh.
People don't realize it was, from the moment I was like, I'm getting married, it was the quickest process I've
Allahu
ever taken
barik.
in my life, alhamdulillah.
That's mad. I wish I could do that.
And that's why, like, even like, I feel like some of the family probably still feel like you, because they don't understand that, like, the moment it was confirmed that we want to marry each other, it happened. There was no
Allahu
like,
barik.
alhamdulillah.
Yeah, because I was a bit upset. I was like, wow, he told me like 2 weeks before he's getting married.
Yeah.
And then mums all telling me, I knew before.
Yeah, what,
And I
2
was
days before you? She literally knew.
I was kind of like, I thought you were the first person that I told.
Yeah, I know, I remember. But do you know what it is, Nisrin? Even like the way it all went about, I'd say I just kind of learned a lot from situations.
Yeah.
And
no.
like, not to obviously shed light on everything that you went through, but people know, we all know what happened, and that and other things that have happened in my life, and other things I've seen people go through.
Yeah.
Maybe I was a bit OTT, but I'd rather be a bit OTT than less. Like, no one knew I was getting married until literally a few weeks before.
Yeah, no,
Even though it's the same with me, to be honest. But no one knew I was in the process of talking to someone.
Yeah.
That.
I'm not gonna lie, like what you've done with your marriage, Allahumma barik, I really, really respect it. Like, even the way you are with your wife, like, I just respect it, and I just really like that you are going about it this way, and you're going about it this way. So, you basically, how did it happen? Did you ring me and tell me? Sorry.
Yeah, I rang you and told you.
What did I say? I don't
can't
remember
Do
that
you not
conversation at all.
It was one of them awkward, like, it wasn't awkward, but it was like, actually, no, this is what it was. I was like, Nisrin has something to tell you, and you're like, what, are you getting married? Like, I think you said it, it's like, you'll guess it as a joke before.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, and you're like, and it was like a bit awkward, but then you're like, okay, I think you were worried for me. You're like, are you sure, like, it's the one? Because obviously,
I'm a bit protective.
yeah, you sure this is the one, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, after explaining to you the situation, that you were just excited.
I don't remember this conversation.
Yeah, it was on the phone. It wasn't.
Was I like excited?
Yeah, you were excited. At first, it was worry and then excitement, because it come out of nowhere. So you're like, okay, you sure this is the person, this, and then
And
you're
then
excited.
I went on to grilling you about how to treat your wife.
Listen, I'm telling you now, Nisrin is non-stop this is what you got to be like. Remember to be like this. And then you're sending me videos, which I actually really appreciate. Wallah, I feel like I have, because of you, I have an insight to certain things that females probably won't say to their male family members and stuff like that, about treating your wife a certain way and being like this with her, and if you want her to love you and respect you and do these things. And wallah, like, I feel like it's helped a lot.
That's why I've been like sending you loads of marriage videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of just gave you the advice. Well, we'll go on to that later. But so you rang me, told me, and then it's kind of upsetting for me because I was obviously going through it. I'd moved flats as well. So moving process is one of the most stressful things.
Yeah, that's a headache.
And I was going to say, it happened around the same time I was moving, the same time like I'm going through a few health issues. And for me, I'm really upset I couldn't be like way more involved.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why I would have told you earlier in that week when I found out. But for me, I knew you were going through so much, and I was like, I don't want to like put too much on her until it gets closer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like let you do your thing.
Yeah, even with
But you still did a lot, don't I? Trust me.
Nah, I didn't do enough like physically and emotionally.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I wish I could have been there more. Even your wife, I didn't meet her I met her once before you got married.
Yeah.
Which is like, obviously I didn't go to I couldn't attend the whole family meeting, which is sad.
That would have been really nice. I can't lie, that was a nice day as well.
Yeah, I was so sad to have missed that. But either way, everything like worked out perfectly and amazingly. Allahumma barik. But yeah, so
I think that's cute. You know, like some of the process of when you get married is like, it's weird to like, you must have gone through this as well. You know, the person that you're trying to get married to, is someone that's there and you love them, and then all of a sudden they're around your family, and then your family are just, it's normal, it's okay, you two are allowed to be next to each other. And
is
like,
it not the nicest feeling to be with your person and your family? So I think
like when I see them interact and laugh with each other, it like warms my heart.
Do you not just think like you look in a room, you're like, this is everything?
Yeah. It's like it's such a warm feeling in your heart. Like sometimes I'll like leave the room and it'll be her and Semi, and I can hear them busting jokes, and I'll come back and they're like laughing at something really hard. I'm like, my heart just melts. I'm like, oh.
Remember
nice.
when one of our friends was getting married? We went to her wedding recently, and she was like she told us she was getting married, and I was like speaking about marriage, and you kind of looked at me. I remember you saying to me like, wow, I'm really surprised that you speak about marriage in that way.
Yeah, in a positive way.
Yeah, because I do think it is like a beautiful thing. Like I genuinely, even now, I look at it and I say that is one of the most wholesome, beautiful things, but it needs to be done properly. And I always say with Allah involved, not just Allah involved like a little bit, oh we pray here and there, we do this, like fully involved for it to be a long lasting beautiful thing rather than a short beautiful thing. Yeah,
definitely. I think the way I went about the marriage, me and my wife, I feel like there's something in my heart, obviously only Allah knows, but in my heart I felt like I did it the right way, if that makes sense. Like the whole process was so smooth. Like there wasn't, you know how you pray istikhara? Istikhara, guys, is a prayer that you offer up to ask Allah for guidance on a certain matter, and it's basically guaranteed that if it doesn't go through, it wasn't meant for you, and if it does,
and
it's
if it
good
doesn't
for you
go through
in this life and the next.
Yeah, if it doesn't go through, you like literally have to take away the feeling of
upsetness.
Because it's like you
be content that God has said to you, this is not for you.
Yeah, and you have to, and praying istikhara should always give you that feeling in your heart, like I'm not even sad that God hasn't given it to me, because you should know that He's basically given you something better. Basically.
Yeah, and like I was praying istikhara scared. You know, like you're scared. You're like, I'm praying this, but I'm scared because imagine if it's not. But I was like, I really wanted the answer and I'd rather know. And like they say sometimes that answer is just flowing so smoothly. And when I say it was just like, it went so quick and just happened. And then, alhamdulillah.
A lot of people think istikhara is like a dream or a sign.
Yeah. And it can be at times, but like sometimes it's just whether it actually happens or not.
Yeah. It can be that, of course, but most of the time it's like, let's say you're going to buy a car and then the guy all of a sudden said, oh, can we do Wednesday instead? Or, oh, this like, you'll just feel it basically. Yeah. But I feel like, so you guys, you don't want to speak about her too much. I've like been live a couple of times on TikTok, and people ask me questions like, what ethnicity is she? Where's she from? Is it this person? Is it that? What's this? How long? So what are you comfortable with sharing about your wife? Because I know I asked you, but they don't know this. You don't ever want to show her face, right?
No. I don't want anyone to see my wife. I don't want her to be involved in social media. Obviously, they'll come, I can't even speak. There'll come a time where they probably see us in public and stuff like that.
You're not
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But I just don't want it to be a thing where she's accessible in that way.
It's so like,
And you know what's nice?
Cute.
It's, alhamdulillah, it feels good to feel like that part of my life is protected.
Yeah.
And that's what I want it to stay as. And she doesn't want to be seen on anything like that.
Yeah,
like,
she's ashamed of you.
No,
I'm joking.
wow, no.
He goes, no.
I swear. Nah, she's just not that type of person. Not on social media.
You know, like, I genuinely, when I look at your wife.
You had to say her name, weren't you?
When I look at your wife, I'm not joking when I say I couldn't have picked someone more perfect for you. Like, I, in my heart, always, like, knew what you would need, and that's exactly it.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? It's so weird, yeah, because before getting married to her, I was in a stage where I was like, I don't want to get married to no one. I hit that stage where before I wanted
to. That to me.
Yeah, I didn't want to get married to no one. I was like, do you know what? I'm done with this. I was just struggling with things, and I was like, nah, I'm not in a place where I even want to get married. Mentally, I'm not there. I'm leaving it. Who cares? Not doing it. Focusing on myself. But then, you know when like something is in front of you and it's exactly what you've been looking for, like I couldn't not.
Yeah.
Instantly, I was like, as soon as I was there, I
couldn't not, you know. I just had to. I had to. I'd be a fool not to do it.
But I'm telling the truth. There's certain things about her that is just perfect for what I wanted, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was like one of the ones where you see, you just grab it and you're like, I can't.
Her, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, everything about her. But I'm saying,
you say like she's just perfect for
there,
me.
but everywhere else, I just thought I'd put up with. No, I'm joking. Everything, alhamdulillah, amazing. But it's just one of the things like.
So you didn't. Sorry, just quickly.
Yeah.
You didn't say I love you till you got married, did you?
No, I didn't.
That is.
And it was so funny because I felt it, and guys, my love language is like words of affirmation.
Yeah.
If wallah, like when I love someone, it's almost like it's gonna vomit it out. Like there'd be times we're doing stuff, and I'm like, go to say it, and I'm like, hold myself back.
Yeah.
Because that's just, when I feel it, I say it.
Aww.
But I was like waiting for when they all the time, like so many times before we got married, like in that weeks coming up, Nishan would be like, oh, it's so cute that you guys love each other. And we just hadn't said it to each other yet. You love each other. Oh, you love her, don't you? Have you said you love it? And we're like trying to change the topic without making it obvious.
So I was like asking you guys, so who said I love you first?
Yeah, literally. We hadn't even got to that point yet. But it was so cute.
Oh, no, she's cute.
It was a nice moment.
So basically, let's talk about your boundaries, because when I'm live, people are like, what's this, what's that? I'm like, guys, I'm not sharing anything about her. Well, obviously, you're saying fake.
But sometimes, you know, you get impulsive and you're like, all right, I'll just do it. This is her name.
I know. Yeah, no, I do that. But what are you comfortable sharing? So
she is female.
She is a female, okay.
Yeah. Should I say her ethnicity?
Don't even say ethnicity. Just leave it all private.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
just don't say anything.
Do you know why? Because I feel like if I say one thing, and then I'm slowly going to say the next thing, and I'm slowly going to say the next thing.
Leave people's... No one needs to know.
Yeah.
No one needs to know anything. Just don't.
But what I will talk about, other than...
We just basically sat and spoke and revealed some information.
Yeah, we did.
And then he was like halfway through and was like, you know what? I'm not really comfortable like speaking about this. And I was like... Okay.
Guys, I'll be honest. Like, for me, I want to keep this guarded mainly because of... I feel like there's a lot of negative energy out there. There's a lot 100%. Of things that I don't want to reveal my life in that aspect. I don't want evil eye. I don't want bad energy. I don't want people in my business. Obviously, there's people that have done it and have no issues. But personally, for me, I feel more comfortable keeping that side of my life private, letting people know I'm married, but they don't need to know everything about it. Like, what does it benefit me or them?
Yeah,
do you know what
100%.
I mean?
I agree.
So I'd rather just like work on trying to be happy and then do my content as I do it. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. I like the fact that you're keeping it private and don't like get impulsive and say anything. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying a few things here and there as you go on. Maybe in like a couple years, people might know her ethnicity and her age and this and that.
Yeah.
But I don't think people will agree with you marrying a 19-year-old.
Shut up, man.
I'm joking, guys. She's not 19, wallah.
Oh, you joker. Nah, but oh my god. Nah.
Now you look suspicious.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
oh my god.
She's 19, she's 18. Nah, I'm joking.
So marriage, right?
I'll be honest. Can I say something?
Is it as beautiful as I told you?
It is amazing. I can't lie. It is.
Why is it suddenly going to say but?
No. It's amazing because I remember like on one of the first nights, a few nights in, we were like, obviously we're living together and stuff like that. Like I had a bad dream about some random thing. I don't know what it was. And I woke up and then like I just looked over and I was like, oh, it just made me happy and I went to bed even more comfortable than I went the first time. Do you know what I mean?
I told you, and that's one of the things I mentioned, I pinpointed to you when I was speaking to you about marriage. Yeah. Remember? It's just like so cute, Allahu Barik. But it's so funny because if you look back at like maybe our episodes, maybe like this time last year, you're there like, oh,
Yeah, having no idea.
And I'm there like, yeah, marriage is so good. And you're like, all right, rubbing it in my face. Now it's the other way around. So, guys, that was all a social experiment. We done that to teach you lot to expect the unexpected.
No, what's called? But do you know what's long though about marriage?
What?
I don't know, maybe at first, I don't know if this ever changes, but like waking up, I'm always so scared for them to smell my breath. Do you know what I mean? I wake up and I'm like, yeah, just like talking and stuff like that, jump up, brush my teeth.
You know what it is? You just got to literally say,
not breathe from your nose.
Yeah, no, not even that, because both of you have morning breath.
Yeah,
so literally just put your hand in your mouth and say, look, don't come near me, I got morning breath. Like, do you know what I mean? Trying to hide it like this, it's so obvious.
I'm asleep until she gets up and goes. Just so I don't have to. Nah, I'm joking. But it's just funny little experiences.
Why did you care about morning breath, but you didn't care about...
What? Her being 18, we get the joke.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
No,
well, you done a poo in my toilet, right?
Yeah.
And it smelled so bad, and I got the ick and felt sick. And then she just went in the toilet after you. She didn't complain. She didn't say, ugh, that's disgusting.
First of all, you baiting out my toilet stuff here. That's disgusting. It's a normal thing. And I'm not like you, with stuff like that, I'm comfortable. I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, no. I think just morning breath is a bit like,
Why does your breath smell like the toilet?
Yeah, literally. Other than that's expected to smell.
Yeah, true.
Why do you always bring it back to poop? Every time. You have an obsession.
No. So.
I do want to talk. Let's move on. I want to talk about my mindset going into marriage.
Yeah.
And like how it is during marriage.
Yeah.
So like for me, I'll be honest, I was very like quite worried. Like
were
anxiety.
You scared?
Yeah. But I was 100% ready and 100% happy. Just a lot of...
You mean you were 100% sure about her as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
All my anxiety came from the responsibilities of a husband.
Yeah. Not like, oh
whether
my God,
this person's right or not. Because I was 100% and still 100%, alhamdulillah, blessed. Perfect person for me, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
But for me, it was more just like, okay, I have this responsibility that I have certain roles to fulfill, and I have certain things I need to now be in that mindset. Because you got to think, although I lived at home with my parents, my mum and my siblings and stuff like that, for me, I was on the third floor, my own space, leave and go as I please, come back. Sometimes I wouldn't see anyone, go straight to my room. I'm living on my own, in my own mindset, thinking about stuff. I obviously wanted to take care of my family, stuff like that.
But your main priority was yourself.
Yeah, it's myself. I'm focusing on myself, trying to do this. And I had to really tell myself, okay, AYOUB,
time to be a man.
You have to kick that out. There's no, from now on, is what she wants first.
Yes,
do you know what I mean? And obviously it's hard. It's easier said than done. I'm still in that process.
Of course.
Sometimes I like, even like, it's the little things, wallah. Because you know what I'm like, even with food.
Yeah.
I will not share my food. And little parts of me, I force. Like, even if we're both eating a little snack, I'll tell myself, just give it to her. Like, I'm building that up and I give it. And I see the happiness. I see the happiness in her face because I think she knows I like to eat as well.
Oh.
And she's always like, really happy about it.
I clocked it with you the other day, though, because you've done it with me as well.
Really?
Yeah. Remember we were eating churros and you really wanted the churros?
Yeah.
But then I think you were thinking about the fact that I was eating something that I enjoyed and I don't really have that much.
Yeah, you haven't
and
been
you
eating
were like,
that much.
Nisrin,
yeah,
do you want this last one? So I see a change in you as well. So AYOUB's not like selfish, but when it comes to food, he's very much
I'm
like,
that type of person that I just like.
if he's enjoying it, just don't even come near him.
And like, for example, and then it reminded me of like your situation before, if you don't mind me speaking about it. Like, I used to always see you eating their food. I used to be like, that'd be so annoying.
Yeah, you said
like, you'd finish, like, take their last thing or eat this and eat that. And I was like, what? But now, like, being the husband, it's like, I want to like give, like, eat this. And it's little things like that. It's little, like, just being conscious of that person in your life and that you should put them first. And I definitely feel like they're doing the same for me, so it doesn't feel like I'm losing.
You're saying there, like, we know she's a girl, you can say she.
She's doing the same for me. Like, I don't feel like I'm just giving and not receiving.
Yeah.
And also, that's one of the things as well. I've noticed sometimes I can get comfortable with, she's doing this for me, it feels so good.
But you got to remember to
give it back. Otherwise, you'll get lost in that comfort and then it'll be gone because the relationship will crumble apart.
Yeah, I think advice, I've obviously given you as much advice as I can, which is very much heavy on, I know it's unfair, AYOUB. Like, I've said this to you. I know it's so unfair that if you two are having an argument, which may Allah protect you from that.
Amen.
Yeah. If you are, or you're having a disagreement and, you know, she's going through things that you Islamically are the one that can be calm and is supposed to be the one that's calm in situations and make these decisions. And it's difficult when maybe, because I hope this never happens to you, but it's inevitable. You're going to be married forever.
Be a problem.
Do you get it? Inshallah. And when it does come to that, the most important thing, and the way I think she will respect you the most, is if you are having a disagreement, an argument or whatever, and you put your feelings to the side and just think about her. Even though when it gets to that, it's going to be very difficult. And this is why I say that Allah will reward all the men that do that, because it's not easy. It's not. It's easier said than done, but that's why I hope the reward is going to be like so good for you guys. Because imagine your wife's feeling something, you're feeling emotions, anger, whatever, or upset, but you put that to the side and you say, okay, how can I make you feel better? And that's like one of the main things I've told you. Yeah,
that's one of the things that I know, but I'm praying that I'm able to do when it comes
Inshallah.
to it. Because it's so easy to be like, do this. And we've seen people give the talk and say, I could do this, and then when it comes to it, push comes to shove, they can't handle it. So for me, it's like, I'm just conscious of it, and I'm going to try, inshallah.
May Allah make it easy for you.
I can. Because I know, luckily for me, this one thing I tell my wife as well, which is kind of funny, and I hope, inshallah, I can stay like this. But because in my opinion, she's quite a calm person.
Yeah, she's very...
the women in my family are so opposite that I've dealt with craziness and been able to get through it. So hopefully, obviously it's a different type of love and a relationship, but hopefully I can apply... I've been through a more crazy situation, had to be patient in it.
Yeah, I feel like you're pretty... Actually, I've just realised I don't think you'll struggle that much, because
hopefully
you're really good with me. When you're angry, or if we're in an argument, or you do tend to, sometimes you'll be like, but then as soon as you realise, you calm down, you worry about me more. So I think you'll be good at that. In that,
that's what I mean. And it's those situations that I feel like have taught me to
learn from,
be the patient one in it.
Yeah, inshallah.
Not be like a pushover, but be okay. Let me calm down.
Yeah.
Approach it. Be normal about it. Be this instead of like.
I think the main thing is, and I would love. I know it sounds stupid, but I would love to do an episode on advice for marriage or couples. And I know it sounds stupid, but it's because now I've been divorced now for. Next month is going to be a year, which is crazy to say. Yeah.
That was quick.
And I feel like coming out of that and having grown as a person, and being able to reflect on everything I've been through in the last 2 years, before and after my marriage, before and after during my divorce, I can look at it and say, that was wrong. This shouldn't have happened. This is what we should have done.
I think your advice would help, because me just seeing that situation has helped me in this. And obviously it's been 4 weeks or 3 weeks. I can't even give advice right now. Maybe I can give advice on the process to take.
But you have a clear vision.
Yeah, but I haven't got enough experience in it right now to even say too much. If anything, all I can do is kind of listen, take on, and give my opinion. But I think a lot of people would benefit from some of the stuff.
I think the main thing as well would be, as Muslims as well, and a lot of young Muslims will be getting married, is not to see it as boyfriend and girlfriend. And I say that, but I don't obviously mean boyfriend and girlfriend, but you have to not just look at it as oh, I married my best friend, oh my God. It's not, love isn't enough to keep a marriage together. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not at all. You can't just live the same lives you were living, but have a roommate and you love them.
There's sacrifice, and it's work. It's literally your work. Every day is work.
Yeah.
There's no... It's just one of the things that the Imam did at Nikah. Sorry. He was giving advice about how it's a constant thing you work on every single day. Do you know what I mean? You're working on it. It's not naturally always going to be sunshine and rain, but you literally have to wake up every day and think, how can I be better in this relationship, in this marriage?
Yeah.
So I definitely agree. Love isn't enough, because there's going to be days where they might do something that you hate, or that you this, but you have to be willing to work and be let me get through this. Let me work through this.
100%. I agree. I think that's the main thing, is keeping Allah involved, and also just being considerate and understanding of each other's feelings. And I know people say communication is key, right? And you hear it, and I heard it, and this and that. But when I tell you, so much can be fixed with communication. So, and we've learned that in our relationship as well, sitting down and say, look.
Even if it hurts, just saying it.
This makes me uncomfortable. This is how I feel. I'm sorry that I done this, and this is what's going on, and this is how I feel. And I think the biggest regret I have is definitely that, because I didn't see it as how we're speaking about it now. I didn't. I just saw it as oh, well, I'm married, and Allah's happy with us watching a movie together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think definitely communicate, and it can be the most beautiful thing ever. And I really hope it is. And I pray that your kids and all of you guys as children's grow up to look at you lot and think, wow, my parents really love each other.
Amen.
And mine, inshallah.
I think it's it's a bit scary. I'm a bit of an overthinker, and like, so I kind of force people into like telling me how they feel anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you need to just.
But it also needs to be a bit more calm.
No, you need to take a step back.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
That, I'm not gonna lie.
Because like they could just walk into something and just like say a word differently to how they normally say it. Is everything all right?
Oh no, I thought you meant kind of like if you've had like an altercation, you'll be like, speak to me now. What's wrong with you?
Oh yeah, no. I mean like, I'm the type of person that if any type of thing changes in the pattern of how you speak to me or how you do something, I'll ask, is everything okay?
No, that's
and
fine.
not just let it pass.
Maybe not too much.
Yeah, I'm not too much. I'm relaxed. But I'm saying that's just how I am. And a lot of the times I'm holding myself back from saying anything. Because I don't want to be too much like, you have to be confident in your relationship.
She's not going to get up and be like, yeah, no, you know what? I realised I actually can't be bothered for this.
Do you know what? That is one thing that I was a bit scared of. I was like, imagine if like, because once I've given my whole everything, like you have my heart now. That's it. You have it. Like it's yours. You're there.
My eyes twitching.
Do you know what I mean?
Can you see my eye twitching?
Oh yeah, it is twitching a little bit. That's you getting angry. She has your heart. But once I've given that, it's scary because in my head I'm like, oh, imagine if they just don't want it anymore. Do you know what I mean?
One thing I will say, which I watched, I don't know who it was, maybe Mufti Menk, I don't know who it was, but it said, and I know this might be a bit controversial.
No, I know what you're gonna say because I agree and I believe.
How do you know what I'm gonna say?
It's about not giving. You have to.
Oh,
your
as
heart has to
Ali
be to Allah.
Dawah.
You have to be to Allah first, which I think I'm in.
And I think is the main thing. And it says like, I know you think in your head, I can never love someone more than Allah, but there is scenarios where you love that person so much, and it's like you'll not have that same love that you do for Allah, even though in your head you're like, I love Allah more than anything. You need to do not put your everything into a human being, and put your everything into them. But what I mean is, because if you love something more than Allah, then you never know if Allah could come to you, take it away, and be like, this is what happens when you put your love into something other than me.
And you know what's crazy with Wallah? Because as soon as I said that she has my heart, it popped in my head, and I was like, technically, like I'm there, but you know what I mean.
You need to love her for the sake of
Allah.
Allah.
Yeah. When I mean she has my heart, I mean she has what I have to give.
Yeah.
I know, alhamdulillah, this is one thing that I feel quite confident in, and may Allah allow it to stay.
Ameen.
Is that my relationship with Allah and like that connection and love that I have, I hope and I pray it stays like this. I don't think anything will pass it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Inshallah.
I know that like, although I'm not amazing and perfect, there was certain things that won't pass how I want to be with Allah and how I want to be with my religion, that I won't let it slide. If that makes sense.
So it's not a case of stopping yourself from loving
someone.
No,
for me it's natural.
Yeah, but I'm talking about advice for other people as well. It's not like, oh my God, I love my husband or my wife so much, I need to stop loving them so much. No, it's not that. It's more just like put more love, more love into Allah, more effort into your relationship with Allah, and understand that anything He brings your way is for the best of you.
And it's true, because the more effort you put into that, He's going to make your relationship a million times better anyway. So like, you shouldn't, I don't think the wives or people or spouses should look at it, oh, no, they want to love God more than me and not love me that much. Because the more they love God, the more you guys are going to have a better relationship and be happy. And the more you're going to be treated properly. Yeah, and you should be the same. Yeah, no, it's definitely a two-way thing. But yeah, it's definitely a case of the closer they are to Allah, the closer you are to God, the more you love Allah, the better you are going to treat each other. It's true. And that's why I say it's so important to just make sure that it's like a triangle. You prioritize that, yeah. Because you don't want to get lost in that. You don't want and also I think it's the same, like, obviously you never know how situations end up, but like a lot of people, their whole heart is given to someone and then they attach to that person, and now that person's in control of their happiness and in control of a lot of things, where you don't want that to happen. You want Allah to be in control of all of that. Yeah, 100. That's exactly what I was trying to say, but my brain was... You don't want that person to now have control over you. Yeah. Because you've given yourself. And a lot of people, you see it, man. Like, even like, I know this sounds crazy, but like, there's people that do crazy stuff for their husbands and wives, or they can convince their person to do a crime or do all this stuff because they've given their heart to that person. That's it. They're in control. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's important to... I think in that aspect, you have to have mentally maybe gone through something or strengthened your relationship with Allah to be able to do that. It's hard. I would say... Because love is don't you think love is a weird thing? Yeah, it's a scary thing. Isn't it? Because it's so strong. I think it's scary. And it also controls you. It's weird. Yeah. But alhamdulillah, it's nice also being in love. Allahumma barik. I love you. Yeah, that's so cute. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you guys. Do you know what's scary though? What? Every time I told someone I was getting married that was like an older man, and speak to them, even like sometimes people at my gym, like they'd find out I was getting married and stuff like that. And they're always like, Yeah, good luck. after 6 months, we'll see how happy you are.
No, you know what it is,
And I'm
yeah?
like, guys.
Okay,
this is
let's
such
be
a fun
completely
experience.
honest, yeah? Let's be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of happy married people that
That's
I know.
Wallah, that's what put me off of marriage.
And that's facts. I'm sorry to say, but the majority, like 9 out of 10 married people that I meet, will not be happy. They'll be, especially if they're married for longer than 2 years or a year, they'll tell you how like, oh no, wait, don't get married now. Wait, do this.
Yeah, it scares me.
And
I'm like, what?
It's true. I'm not gonna lie, but that's why I say you need to you need to not just marry for love, because love will go. It needs to be because they're kind or they treat me this way, and because we bring out the best of each other and we elevate each other, we become closer to Allah together. Do you get it? It has to be so much more than just love, because there will love. I don't think love will go.
Yeah.
But I think it will get weak.
It will like fluctuates
Yeah.
maybe. And it doesn't fluctuate like within hours or
Yeah,
days, but like
yeah.
there could be times where you're going through something and maybe it goes down or it goes up. Oh, I don't know, because obviously right now
Yeah,
I'm here.
I think it's I think it's a case as well, which is advice for anyone who is married or getting married, is, I know it sounds a bit silly. Well, probably doesn't sound silly, but if you guys work on your marriage throughout the years, the same way you did when you were getting to know each other, so date nights, like learn to fall in love with each other every day, if that makes sense. Date nights, sit and I know there's a couples app you can get where you ask each other questions and you deep dive into conversations
That's sick.
yeah, I think it's like a
Do you know
weekly
what? I
thing
think
you
that
should
needs to
do.
happen. That does actually have to happen, because
Maybe not like now.
yeah, I know what you mean, but you have to put those steps in place, because you don't want to just get comfortable. And that's one thing, people get comfortable straight away, and then like
Yeah.
you realize you're so comfortable that you're not even putting effort in a relationship anymore.
You know what? One thing I will say is 80% of marriage, and I think I heard someone else say this as well, so I don't feel like it's just me who thinks this. It's very platonic. Not even 80%. Let's say, sorry, 80 is a bit much. 60% of marriage is platonic. So it's very much...
Do you want them to be your friend?
No, it's not just you just want them to be your friend. A lot of the time, that's just straight what it is. You're chilling, you're getting up for work, you're brushing your teeth, you're watching a movie together. It's not romance 100%.
Yeah.
So
true.
that's why I say it's important to keep that 20 or 30% as strong as possible.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've got to that point yet, but there'll be times where you're just getting on with your routines. You're not going to be like hugging and like love languages 24/7. You're both busy. You've both got stuff going on. You're both work. Like, that's why I say that 20-30%, keep it as strong as possible. Go on date nights, bring her flowers, like show her how much you love her, other than just saying it to her as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just giving advice based off of what I think I would like in the future as well.
Yeah, I think that is 100% facts, and I'm blessed to like have someone like you and all the women in my family to speak to me about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just about actually executing it.
Yeah, it's
'Cause you
easy
can
to
get
say all
comfortable
this
quick.
stuff, because I'm saying all this stuff, but realistically, none of this
But the
I
first step
implemented.
is understanding it.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of wish I had someone to sit me down and to tell me this stuff, because I just kind of got the basic stuff. Look, marriage is going to be hard, okay? You have to do this. That's kind of what I got. But I wish that I had someone to say this to me. But then again, I also wish that I don't really see I know this is a bit mad because I try not to speak about this too much. I say that and I mention it every week.
I have BBD.
No, I wish that I kind of feel like it was a bit unfair, not just my marriage, but my whole life before I was diagnosed with ADHD. And I'm kind of like annoyed that I didn't know it. It's unfair that I didn't know I had ADHD.
Oh, didn't know. Oh, okay.
Not that I had it, astaghfirullah, everything's from Allah. But then I feel like I would have, like now, I'm so
would
much
approach
more,
the situation
so
differently.
much differently. Because then I was just like, felt like a crazy person.
Yeah, fighting yourself, fighting these emotions, fighting this
Yeah, I
stuff
didn't
instead of just like
understand everything.
understanding how to handle it. Makes sense.
Which is why, again, I say for anyone.
But maybe sometimes you have to go through that experience to even get to this point where now you know.
Oh no, 100%. I'm happy.
That's why Allah does
I'm
it.
happy with the situation I'm in, alhamdulillah. But it's more a case of like, I don't want someone out there living their life and thinking that's a shit person. You know what I mean? When I'm like, no, I swear I just had ADHD.
Yeah.
But it's more a case of, I think, just being aware of what you do. Everyone, me, you, your wife, do you get it? Everyone, just be aware of yourself.
I think that's what also helps going into marriage is you've told me so many times the things that you think are wrong with me.
Yeah.
So like I'm mentally like taking note of, okay, I know that when sometimes in this situation, this one says I'm like this.
Yeah.
So let me try not be like that, because I don't want to do that to my wife. Do you know what I mean?
I think overall you're a good person, Allahumma barik, and I think your
too.
wife's very lucky, Allahumma barik, tabarakallah, inshallah.
Amen.
And yeah, I'm really happy for you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I spoke to you about this.
No.
But it was a bit. I struggled a bit.
You did mention it.
What did I say?
That's Allah telling you to cut it out.
What did I say to you?
I think it was about just having a bit of, it was almost like a PTSD.
Not PTSD, but it was more, and I don't, by the way, I genuinely make dua for you guys, like that Allah gives you barakah and protects you, like as much as I would for myself, like you two specifically. It was more just like, I think I struggled seeing, because you were since I got divorced, which is I think a very difficult thing for me, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, moving on to 2023, I don't want to speak about it at all. Like I don't want to even mention it here and there. It's just because we're speaking about marriage, obviously. I think you were the closest person to me to get married, and I try not to even look at like wedding content or marriage content or husbands too much. But with you, it was kind of just like, oh, like I remember what that was like. But it was like no evil eye at all. But it was a feeling where it's like, Allahumma barik, I kept saying it. Yeah,
but obviously you're going to feel that way because you went through something so traumatic. So then when someone close to you is now going through it, it's like flashback to like those. If you have trauma from it, it's
not even trauma. The thing is, I don't want to even say trauma, because I think for me, the trauma part of it, which, guys, when we say trauma, it's not like, that was the marriage was the most, it was the divorce that was traumatic, just to clarify before anyone think, it was more just a case of, good old times. I remember when that was
even
me.
when you said it to me, it wasn't like something that I was like, oh my God, how could she feel that? Because I know you're 100% happy with me. I know that I can trust in how you feel and du'as and even the things that you've done and how you've helped with certain things. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm blessed for it, so I fully understood it. I just
like to be transparent. So I feel like me hiding that would mean there's bad intentions behind it. If I don't explain it to you or like speak about it.
And you said it in like a really normal. It wasn't like, oh my God. It felt normal.
It was just like,
That's why even me, I didn't want to push it at you too much. I didn't want to be like, oh, do this and come here and do this. I'm getting married, I'm doing that. I didn't want to like. I know you just went through your own thing. I didn't want to push it at you. So like the way it went, it still went. Alhamdulillah.
No, but I'm just so happy for you, Allahumma barik. And dude. I really think that shows that when you put your trust in Allah and you do things the way Allah asks, like just the most beautiful stuff comes out of it.
One thing I do want to say to people is, guys, this is something I had talks with like people in my family. Due to like a personal situation at like home, me getting married wasn't going to be like the easiest thing, if that makes sense. Because of certain responsibilities I have and stuff like that. And like, for a while I kept always thinking like, will it even happen? Like, will it work out? How is it going to happen with this and with this? And and I was a bit like, not negative towards it, but I used to just kind of worry. And then like, I had a conversation with some family members, and they said to me, look, sometimes if you prioritize Allah and what role he's given you in life and what you have to do, he'll give you something that you could have never imagined. Like, he'll make something possible in your situation that you could have never imagined. And wallah, that's what I feel like in this situation.
100%.
Like, wallah, he gave me something a million times better than what I could have thought up for myself. In my head, I was like, it'll work like this, and maybe if I have this. And he was like, no, here's something even better. And I was like, wallah, I sat back and I was like, I remember just crying to myself at one point thinking, how did I even get this?
That's what I'm saying. God, this is why the love... Just how amazing is Allah?
Yeah, beautiful. Alhamdulillah. Like I always feel blessed. I'm always like, I'm so happy I got chosen to like be in this religion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, and people that like come from outside of the religion and like revert and do all these things, like that's amazing. But I get scared. Imagine if I was never born, would I have found my way to Islam? And it's just so scary. I'm blessed. Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
We've just spoke about, again, sorry for all the non-Muslims that are watching this. I think it's because we've been away for so long as well. So we've been heavy on like speaking about God and our religion, because I feel like maybe that's the thing that's got us through the last couple of months. So maybe that's why we're like full on, but we're not a dawah channel.
Well, technically speaking, we're not, but we try to like through our actions and what we speak, inshallah, because that's our duty, I think, as Muslims.
But it's more just like how we speak to each other anyway. It's not a case of like,
we don't like put it on, come here, talk about religion and leave, let's get a point. Come on. I'll be honest though.
I do. No, I'm joking. Astaghfirullah.
Astaghfirullah. Thing is, I feel that's a bit real.
What the hell?
No, I'm joking. Have you ever had a pint?
No, wallah, I haven't.
You were about to
say wallah. Imagine I had, and then you would have
then we'd be here cutting it out.
Yeah, no, but then you would expose my sins, and on Judgment Day, you would have seen that.
Listen, that's one thing I spoke to Nishan about recently that she needs to stop doing. Is like sometimes maybe I don't know. I don't have to say this without sounding like I've been getting up to madness, but sometimes something will happen, yeah. And say I've done haram thing. It's nothing major, just something small. I'll see Nishan and she'll be like, "What were you doing?" And I'll be like, "I was just doing this." And she'll be like, "Say wallah, are you sure you weren't doing this?" And she'll guess the thing that I was doing. And then I'll be like, "Now you just forced me to expose my sin and get more because you wanted to get out of me. When you could have just been like, oh, he's probably doing that. Let me just leave him to it." Do you know what I mean? That's something that you do. Like this exact situation about me saying, "Say, well, you haven't had a pint."
I know. Sorry, I'm trying to better myself.
I can't lie. It feels good being back. I've waited for this, and do you know what? I'm just so excited to see the Sadly Relatable family again.
I know, I miss everyone.
Like for me, that's my. It just gives me anxiety. This whole 2 months, I've just had like a resting anxiety of like Sadly Relatable. Oh, we've left them. We've kind of let them down a little bit. Or this. I know they don't see it like that, but like that's just kind of how it felt.
And but I think either way, the real Sadly Relatable family, or like even if you just watch it here and there for entertainment, like you don't need to be a hardcore like viewer, but like the people that I think support us, which just by viewing you support us, I think they're waiting, I hope. And
hopefully. I hope so.
I missed you guys. I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. Alhamdulillah.
Do you know
Every time I sit here...
There's going to be some people that don't know that we've... Because I've mentioned a few times that there's an episode coming out this week. But
when did you mention it?
I was on live. I went live.
No, don't tell that. No, with who?
Just what, by myself?
Was Hannah there?
Who? Oh, you're trying to say a name to throw them off. That's so funny.
You go who?
Yeah, I was like, what?
I've got this thing where I've been picking like my fingers because of anxiety.
No, you've become one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, Nisha, don't do that. That's bad.
I know, I can't help it.
I saw someone on TikTok.
Okay, thank you. Oh my God, you cured me. Thanks.
It's like,
bad.
oh, don't be sad.
Oh yeah, I can't help it. I know the girl you're talking about. She has it like all
She
here.
like showed it and I was like, whoa.
I know, that does look a bit raw.
Yeah. Oh, and then you'll never be able to like... I mean, like, it happens, but still. Try
it's
to,
just
like,
a thing where I'm like...
I saw them get a fidget ring.
Yeah, I have one.
That?
Mum got me one. I might start using it.
Yeah, then maybe that'll stop you from doing it.
But yeah, so...
It feels good to be back.
It does. I'm not going to lie. Every time... When I look at that camera, I think of... For some reason, I don't know if you get this. I just spat a little bit. Oopsies. When I look at the camera, I think of Sadly Relatable families. And I just imagine them sitting behind it. And I have to explain it.
Whenever I look at it, I always see some person on a laptop like watching us. Just one person. I don't like see like a whole...
I know. I see like loads of people.
That's
so...
great.
And like when I look at that camera, I feel like love. Like I just feel like...
Aww. It's so funny. That's just like an object.
I know. That's what I mean. It's so strange.
Isn't it weird? Like right through there's someone watching us right now with their crusty toes out.
Is it? Hello.
Do you know what I'm excited for though? I'm excited for when we start having guests.
Inshallah. I don't think we should, to be honest with you, one thing I've learnt and one thing I want to take into 2023. Wait, have we filmed an episode this year? We haven't.
Did we? I think we might have.
I don't think
just
we
at
did.
The start.
I don't think we did, I'm going to be honest.
Maybe we haven't. No, because
Happy New Year!
Did we not film?
Nah, I don't think we did.
Year? I think it was in December.
Because the break I took was in December.
Oh, damn. This is our first episode of the year.
Yeah, so I think the next episode we should do like maybe our goals for the year. But just quickly, I feel like mine is... I'm trying to implement this into my life anyway. It's like less complaining, and also this might be annoying for you guys and people watching, but just a bit less open with my business.
You need that. You need that. It's not gonna be annoying for them because we can still talk about things and certain situations, but you are a bit too open.
Yeah.
You need to like hold back.
Yeah, because I've really...
Have some for yourself. Do you not get anxiety over the fact that
I've still got
know?
more things for myself, babes.
I know, but I'm saying, is there not stuff...
There's a lot more going on that I hide. I'm joking.
Is there not anxiety of like so many people knowing things?
No, I feel comfort in it because I think when I sit and speak about my struggles or what I'm going through or this, I feel like there's someone there that can relate, and it makes them think, oh, because I remember being that girl that was going through stuff and thinking, oh my God, everyone else's life is perfect. I'm the only... And I think if there's one person that thinks, oh,
yeah,
me too.
I do understand that because I remember I used to never say anything and then I slowly opened up on the podcast and then seeing the response to that made me more comfortable to be... Now I'll tell anyone. I'll be like on the train, yeah, you know what, I deal with anxiety. You have to get like, before I used to be like not even say anything.
Yeah, that was the same with me. I was ashamed of it. I think we both went through the same thing, but mine happened a bit earlier on in life.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I used to like really
hide it.
it.
You were first. You did
No, you idiot. Shut up. So what I mean is...
Why are you copying me today?
I didn't even know what you were wearing. So what I was going to say is... yeah, so I used to, in my head, and there probably is some people now with mental health issues or any struggles in life, and I used to be embarrassed. I think if I tell someone, they're going to think I'm doing it for attention.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling no one.
And now you just don't stop
And
talking
now
about
I
it.
say it for attention. How life works. No, I'm
Just
joking.
flipped around.
Wallah, guys, I'm joking. But
Do you know what's funny? I posted on TikTok, like, maybe 3 times I've mentioned I have a wife. Yeah. And then people, every time I post now, every time I've done it, they're like, the 2 times after the first time, they're like, oh, here we go. He's about to rinse it out. I'm like, oh my God.
No, but
I mentioned it twice.
Enjoy it, man. Why can't people just enjoy things?
Yeah.
Look, enjoy it.
I think they were joking. They weren't saying it in like an annoyed way.
Obviously, they're joking. What the hell? Even I said it.
Oh, here we go. Talking about his wife again.
Even I commented it.
See my response get more
I was
likes,
joking, though. You know I was joking, right?
Yeah, obviously. Did you get my response? Did you see my response?
No.
You haven't seen it?
Oh, I saw it. You were like, you had your time.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
have mine now.
Got more likes.
Okay. So I think just enjoy everything. Like, sit there, be in a little honeymoon phase while it lasts. No, I'm joking.
Oh, that's one thing as well, actually, that I want to say that I think is very important that I hear a lot of. We're not even on the topic of marriage anymore, but I'm going to say it anyway. Guys, if you ever get married, whatever you do, yeah, unless like one of you are in like serious danger, do not talk to your family about issues that you have going on and stress. Because one thing I've learned is that, say your wife annoys you one day or your husband annoys you, and then something happens, they do something, and it's not fully intentional, it's something you can forgive and move on and still love them, but you tell your mom or your dad, and now the fact that they love you so much, it's going to be hard for them to look at that person a different way when they know they've hurt you, and it can cause bad relationships between your in-laws and parents and husbands. So it's best, unless you're in a situation where like you're being abused or something bad's happening, you need to get out of it. Stay away from family members. Maybe go to someone outside who doesn't know too much about everything for advice and stuff like that. But yeah. And
also, again, we'll touch on this when we speak about marriage, but my thing for you is, like, you know, it's like a very, very, very big sin for you. I know you would never do this, by the way, because I know what sort of person you are. For you to like even like speak about, oh, my wife, like, let's say you're with your boys, oh yeah, my wife done this, or she's this, she's that, and like sit and speak about that with your friends.
Never do that.
I know you would never, but I'm saying, you know, like if you look into how much of a sin that is, it's like very, very scary. That's why I say it's so scary, like that we. Like marriage is, it's like you have responsibilities, and
I mean that's what I was like anxious about going into. Even like now, like every day I'm like, I don't want to fail, and like,
no, you're not gonna fail.
You know what I mean?
Look, as long as your intentions are pure and you reflect on your own actions every single day, sit and say, how could I have been a better person? What have I done today that made me a good husband? And also, don't be afraid to like explain what your wife might have done wrong once. Like, it's not a case of she's always right, she's perfect. It's just a case of focus on seeing your own actions and putting her feelings before yours, because that the way God made us is she's allowed to be a bit crazy sometimes. Yeah. No, you're meant to be the rational one. That's why you're allowed to make the decisions and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah,
that's crazy. That's the end to our episode. That's crazy. Oh my God, I'm so happy we actually have one. I'm sorry that this was just about marriage. For the people that are thinking, bro, Bun speaking about marriage. Next, I think we had to go into detail. Yeah, I wanted to explain. Yeah, and also I think it was fun to speak about like your setup and your dynamic. Should we do the shout out of the month? Or the 2 months? No, I don't think we should do a shout out of the... We'll start fresh on the next episode. Yeah, start fresh. Also, guys, we are doing an iPad giveaway. So if you made it to the end, we weren't really going to mention it again, but in our last episode we were just randomly giving away an iPad, so just go watch that if you want to know how to enter. You got a comment down below, but show some support, please, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and guys, press the notification bell so you can be notified, all that stuff. Don't forget I also have a YouTube channel where I post weekly vlogs, all that good stuff. Still doing that, don't worry, I'm not getting married and hiding away. I needed a few weeks to adjust, but my content's coming back up. That's cute. Me stronger than ever did. Woo! But yeah, Nishan, where can I find you? You can find me smiling on my pillow. I said I'm not going to complain this year. You can find me at It's Nisrin on Instagram and TikTok. You can find me at Kalo on all social media platforms. So don't forget to follow Sadly Relatable Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Guys, we love you lot so much. I'm so happy to be back. And I can't wait to see y'all next week. And also, for the people that did make it this far, I just want to say quickly, thank you for the people that have, even like me and the stuff I've had going on, supported me in any way, shape or form. I always pray that Allah gives you lot the
best success, happiness, and everything in this life in the next. I mean,
And like the fact that you're even here listening to this bit right now, I love you. And if
That's
you
why you
are,
needed it.
I want you to comment mango. Just so I know that you're right at the end and you listen to this exact bit.
Yeah.
And I love you lot. If I see more than 2 people do that, I'm going to be so gassed.
Love you guys.
But yeah, we'll see you lot next week. Peace.
Bye.